So I have this corn germinating. Had a fairly decent success, more than half. These three over here were gourds. These are sweet corn. I planted each hole with one seed. Should have done two, I guess. But that puts me in a bind, and now I need to get a tiller. So now I've dug this old tiller up. It's a Troy built pony. It had the electric start, but not with this engine. Apparently it was changed. So I decided I would take this off. I mean, the weight might help it a little bit, but it's a bunch of uselessness. And take this engine off. The engine's no good, so I'm going to have to change the engine. I'm going to sacrifice the reverse, because see, this one has two PTO shafts. That small one over here is turned by the cam, with a special cam with a longer shaft. It turns in reverse, so when the tensioner, see this tensioner here, there's a tensioner over there. I don't know if you can see it, the silver one. When it's engaged, the tiller will back up, this is connected with that one. So when that one tightens up, this one loosens, and vice versa. Well, I took the 4 bolts loose, 2 here and 2 on the other side. I took the bolts out of this battery thing. 1 here, 1 over there. Then 1 on this hose. I guess that was for the starter wire, like a conduit. And then you have to remove this throttle cable. I don't remember where it was. Probably right here somewhere. Right here. But I managed to get this freed up, and I got the belt tensioner linkage to free up, and everything's working. And now I just have to change the motor. Got the motor off. You can see right here how the gears work. The silver is for reverse, and this one is for forward. See, that'd be backing up. It's putting tension on the belt. Then neutral. And you're getting pressure here for forward. I got this. This is a Predator, 6.5 horsepower. It's a 212 cc Honda clone from Harbor Freight. Paid about, I don't know, about 120 bucks with tax. I had to take this pulley here off. It was quite a job to get off this old crusty motor. Thanks to this stuff, Areo-Kroil, like Kano or Kano, it's worth the $15 a can. Get you some. But I got it off. I had to go get a 5-ton 3-jaw puller from the free Lona tool at my local AutoZone. And now I got it on there. The bolt is a different size bolt. Actually, there was no bolt in the other motor. And it's 1 1/4, 5/16 fine thread. And I put a fender washer and a lock washer. And this is the belt for the forward drive side. Well, this is great. Bought new hardware. Somebody stuck a damn 3/8 into the 5/16 drawer. It was right at the closing time. It's on a Saturday with this COVID-19 stuff going on. People everywhere in the dang store. So I grabbed it and didn't notice it. So one of them will be this. I'm having to use the nuts anyhow, since I forgot to get nuts. Alright. So I got the motor on, and I got the belt kind of on. It kind of looks, I don't know, I'm wondering, is that, let's see if I can find it, right here, can you see it, that bar right here. I wonder if it goes, the belt goes inside of it or outside of it. Seems like it's touching both ways. I took some pictures. I'll go back and look at it. So while I'm trying to hook up this throttle cable, I noticed there was a screw right here that was stopping this lever at about half throttle. So I've moved it back. Pull focus. I moved it back. You can barely see the threads on it. I'll insert a picture. And it's down up under here. There's a Phillips screw with a spring on it that I loosened up. So now I'm gonna put this throttle cable. I was hoping it would go in out here and around, but I don't think it's long enough, so we're gonna have to do something different. Got it filled up with gas. As you can see, it's spilled all over. Couldn't get another drop in. Let's see, got the choke on, choke on, gas on, little throttle, and this is on. Let's see what we got. After I got the tiller running, I decided to give it a try. One thing for sure is you're gonna have to disconnect this, the low oil shutoff, because the angles you get with this tiller, you got to do without that. Just keep the oil in it. And all you have to do is disconnect the black wire from here, and that's all it is. Also, that idle screw back here on the top, let's see. Also that idle screw I was talking about loosening up, there ain't no need in that for no tiller, not unless you're trying to be a tiller racer. I can tell you one thing, tilling some ground that's never been tilled That's a little on the wet, gummy side. With this crazy thing right here, it'll beat you to death. I had to figure out how to do the depths, the speed, all that kind of stuff. It's still a battle. All I can say is in them commercials for these things where that guy's walking on the side of it, that's been tilled several times. Anyhow, I'm gonna get back to what I'm doing. I'm wanting to plant this corn, some squash, and some beans, maybe even some sunflowers and the three sisters with the step cousin, four sisters. Yeah, the three sisters, the corn supplies the support for the beans. The beans pull nitrogen out of the air and deliver it to the roots for all three plants to use. And the squash covers the ground to keep the weeds to a minimum. And the corn and beans help shade squash. So I'm gonna try that. I've been reading up on it. I'm gonna do a certain pattern that I've seen. It'll look good. Might throw some sunflowers on it since they're in the diagram. Maybe not.